I'm Dan Johnson. Welcome to a YouTube video I think you'll find of great interest. This is about the Icon A5. Now this is an airplane we've heard so much about for, well, so many years. We're going to go fly the A5 and you're going to hear what I think of it. I had the opportunity to fly with Craig Bowers. He's Vice President of Sales for Icon, and he and I went up at Oshkosh on a day when it was blowing 10 to 15 knots, and the wave conditions were about 1 to 1.5 feet. So this was a fairly good challenge for this airplane. We went aloft and we did our usual routine of things, which include some examination of the cockpit and the surroundings and the instrumentation of it. And we also did the full regimen of takeoffs and landings, all on the water, by the way. I did not do any land landings. But we also took a look at an instrument called the angle of attack indicator, and you're going to hear some things about that and where its position was. Icon has done, in my humble opinion, the best implementation of such a device. Icon has done it with a needle, an analog needle, and basically put the needle in about the right spot, and it kind of doesn't matter what you're doing with airspeed as long as that needle's in the right place. And you'll hear some references to that on the video. So come on along, let's go flying.
Good job. Your flaps are up. You're
okay.
At 5,000 RPM for the climb. It's your airplane.
I got the airplane.
The wind is right like this. We're going to climb right with the wind.
How much, when you were using flaps, how much flaps did you have down?
30.
30.
Everything on the water is 30. Everything on land is up, unless you're doing short field stuff. So we're going to climb up to 1,000 feet.
Okay.
We got a VSI right here we'll use just for reference.
All right, so I need to come back a little bit here.
Everything's good. Fuel at 2.5, that's because of the climb.
What kind of speeds do you normally use for climb?
60 to 65 is fine.
Okay, so I'm right in the ballpark.
You're right in the ballpark. You're doing great.
Coming up on about 900 now.
Excellent. So I'll go ahead and take the airplane.
You got the plane?
I got the airplane.
And buttons here, one of them is press to hook?
That's trim, and the transmit is here.
Okay, so nose up, nose down?
Correct.
Logical?
Correct,
okay.
Right there.
Okay, got it.
Okay. So the first thing we do is we bring them out, we start talking about slow flight. If they don't know AOA, I spend a little more time, but what I tell them is we're about to take a look at what those cuffs mean to.
Yeah, right, okay.
There's also some wing twist, and there's an airfoil change as you go span-wise, but the big one is the cuff. Plus they can see the cuffs.
Right, yeah, that's a nice visual there.
All of that adds up to spin resistance. So what that means is, as we increase the angle of attack on the airplane, yes, it slows down, but I really don't care about that. It's
right.
all about that. As I slow down.
You're into the yellow now, so.
To the yellow now, I'm slowing down.
Does full stall happen at red?
You watch. I'll let you be the judge. There's the horn, about
right,
3/4 yellow. There's Buffett.
Getting a little sloppy, as it always does.
That. Take a look at that. Full aft stick. You hold the aft stick.
Okay.
Power up. Watch what happens to our VSI. She's buffeting. She's unhappy.
Right, unhappy, but she's
unhappy. She's unhappy, but she'll roll. She's unhappy, but she'll play ball all day long. I can roll that way. I can roll this way. I can roll back level. And look at this, Dan. I'm climbing.
Yeah, you climbed throughout. I saw that.
Now watch. Stall plus yaw is never a good
200,
thing.
okay.
Stall plus yaw is never a good thing.
Right.
I've got right rudder. I got left aileron.
Okay.
And I'm holding my heading, and I'm level. Right? That's the spin resistant.
Those are good qualities, no question about it.
Now when I come back, I'll show you something else.
Okay.
We're just going to do an idle stall.
All right.
Okay, so we're going to do an idle stall, just checking out our area. Everything's good.
All right.
Full aft stick, just like you're doing.
Okay.
Yep. I'll let you do it. You hold full aft stick.
All right.
Hold it on to stop. Hold it on to stop. Let's see where she settles down. Keep in mind that a parachute's about 1,200 feet a minute.
Right.
Let's see where we end up.
Okay, good.
900 feet a minute is about what we get.
Yeah.
Right? So the point is, you could fall right into the water. You could stall right into the ground. It's
you
not
can just
going to be
hold
comfortable.
this all the way in.
All the way in.
Falls up to that, and that's
You're going to hit at 900. Go ahead and pitch power to break the stall and see how quick the recovery is. There's pitch. There's
quick,
some power. Probably 25
Let's
feet.
do it again without adding the power, though.
Okay. There you go. You can bring it right back to stall.
All right. Coming back to stall. All the way back, just releasing a little bit. Pretty quick. I didn't check altitude on that, but we didn't lose too much, even though that was a good use or a loss of altitude there by not trying anything to help.
Just doing it all on pitch.
Right.
So now we spend just a few minutes talking to him about what that means. It's still your airplane.
Okay, I've got the airplane still.
Let's come right, and I want you to put that island right on your left side.
All right.
So the idea is that this is essentially a wing performance.
I'm looking for a ball here. Do I have a ball? Where's my ball?
You got a little ball in this guy.
Oh, I see it. Okay.
I'll tell you, you don't need much. It does not have much adverse yaw.
Cool.
You don't need much aileron with
Go back to that big tail again.
We're getting a lot of wind blowing this way. But the idea is, if I need turn performance, I don't worry about this.
Right.
I go to mid-yellow to get max performance out of my wing.
Okay.
So let's take a look at what that does. You can follow me through on it if you like.
Okay, I'm following.
About 70 knots, we roll in. We're going to be right on that barn right there.
Okay.
I just pulled a mid-yellow. There it is, mid-yellow, right across the horizon.
I mean, good.
There's the horn.
60 or more there?
Probably right about 60, I'd say.
Yeah.
Maybe a hair more.
Yeah, maybe a bit more.
Now, the wind blew us, but the bottom line is,
sure.
if you can see it, you can miss it.
Right.
If you'd like to do one of those, it's all you.
I would, okay.
All right?
How much power are we adding for that?
Go right to the wall.
All the way to the wall.
All the way to the wall, go to mid-yellow.
Let me come around here where I can see that guy again.
That's fine.
I'll use the southern tip here. That'll be good. There's a bird in a tree, so.
Now, the wind's blowing probably a good 15 up here. There you go, good. Right into that yellow. Point being, if you got yourself into a canyon, if you had to miss another airplane.
That's a pretty tight turn, actually.
Yep. It's about a 450-foot turn is what it is. Now, there's another thing we talk about. Flying over the water, I lose my... All I got to do is manage my energy in the green.
And where into the green would you say is optimal? Feels to me like it should be fairly into the green to be optimal. Is that about right?
Well, what we're doing here is we just want to maintain energy, so we don't...
you're adding some extra to it. But,
yes.
But in a less windy day and with a familiar pilot, you'd be... there's a little mark there, right?
On angle white. And when we do normal landings, I'll show you. Here's our flow. Gear, flaps, water rudder. That's it. I lost my engine. I want to manage my energy down to the water. I get down here and I'm going to transition just like that. Keep in mind, I have no power. I just want to get on the ground safely, or the water as it. There it is. That's all there is on an engine out.
Pretty sweet.
Manage the energy, do the round out.
Yep.
Okay.
I've got the Dynon AOA in mind, and honestly, I mean, I could use it, but it's not as intuitive. I like the wing shape much better.
That's why they do it in military. That's how they learn. That's how we learn.
I don't know why you do it any other way. Even if
you got the airplane.
Okay,
it's all you. 4500's a good setting.
45, okay.
45's a great setting. Here's another thing. I believe that when you start teaching people, it may sound odd, but the lower you are, the easier it is for them to figure out what's happening.
Oh, sure, right.
Look right now, you change your altitude 50 feet, you're going to know it.
Yes, right, I agree.
And also, check out the Crosswind Drift idea. You tell him to point for that dock, but he says we're going over there. What is that?
Right. Figures it out right away.
Drift.
All part of your training regimen that you're preparing and whatnot.
When you're ready, you can do a 180. We'll hug the shoreline back up and go do a flyby.
Okay, want to do a left or right?
Come left.
Okay. Clear to the left.
Ready to roll.
We're still at about 5K.
That's it. You can head on over to put little spin island on your right. So head
the
to
little tiny one?
Yeah, head to that comm tower. Put that little one on. We'll hug that shoreline right up.
Okay, got it.
Now you don't have to. I got the plane.
You got the airplane?
I got it. You certainly don't have to. It's where you're comfortable. But one thing about this airplane, it is incredibly comfortable at low altitude. It just flies like a dream. Now you got the crosswind and the buffet here, and it ain't exactly a beautiful day. The fact of the matter is, the airplane handles very, very well. at an altitude wherever you're comfortable. You got it.
I got the airplane again.
Oh, you.
I'm going between here.
There you go. We'll just keep an eye on guys coming around this corner.
Yep, got it. I'll have an eye open.
Yep. We should be fine. That sea ray will pop down every now and then. There you go, back into the left. Oh yeah, that's Wentz there. So you can just hug up to the right side of this spit. Yep, come right. Come right. There we go. Yeah, there you go. There's our guys.
All right, can we go close?
Oh yeah. Just want to be about 300 feet off.
300 feet, all right. Well, who could tell 300 feet? Not too far off. Good times. I like it.
All right, we'll bring it back
let's
around.
See, we're doing about 70 right now, okay.
The TFR's coming up, so let's come right. Come right.
Oh yeah, TFR again. Fly the ragged edge here. Yeah, hardly any rudder.
Yeah, you don't need a lot.
I'm not using it. In fact, I was overusing it a little bit there,
yep.
So.
You get used to it real quick.
Yeah, so can we go up a little bit? I'd like to do some Dutch roll.
Sure.
That's how I always feel an airplane out, so I'm going to climb up a little bit. I want to do that descent again if we can.
Sure.
How much time you got on the airplane by now?
Maybe 50 hours.
50 hours, yeah. Seem pretty comfortable with it, but I'm pretty comfortable with it.
Yep, there you go.
20 minutes.
There you go. That's what we like.
Well, you know, when you do these kind of things in my game, your owners or somebody else, they're looking for different things. I got to come away with something that I say, okay, everybody loves it, I love it too. But what would I change if I was going to change something? What have you been hearing from anybody, or what would you feed me in that regard about things that might change later based on your early experience?
I changed a single pointer altimeter.
Yeah, one thing I heard was that.
I changed the trim switch to give me tactile feel.
Yeah, the thing in the middle is good, but you could be a little.
I want to click. I don't like looking at that.
Yeah. Okay, so I see. It's I'm going to change it a little bit here just so I can sense what you just did. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, I see it. It's a slide. I was going to push it. Push down or push up, but it's a slide back and forth. Yeah. Okay. I'd probably rather have a click too. So that's good stuff. Yeah, and a 3 needle. Although, you know, I kind of understand this. Somebody said, well, you know, for a non-pilot, more needles is just more stuff to interpret.
The problem is, when you're flying low altitude, the 1,000 you only use right here.
Yeah,
that's
right.
Crazy.
Yeah. Oh, our entire flight has been a half an inch or something. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to do let's see, I'm going to get it right into the wind, so it take wind out of the equation.
Bring it back to about 4,500.
All right, yeah, I was still in climb mode there. Okay, we'll get right on the wind lines. There we go, now I'm getting the rhythm. Actually, I'm doing better than I thought. I was looking at that camera up there and going, well, I'm kind of wobbling back and forth, and I am a bit, but... So here now, when I do these, I need a little bit, I'm probably overusing the rudder, I'm guessing, though. Okay, let me try it here. If I want to do a little thing with the rudders. Good, couple oscillations. Hard to the left and let go. Got P factor working on this way, I understand. All right. No rudder at all. Boy, you almost could do it without any rudder. Well, you know, I've always said, Craig, I've never seen an airplane with too big a tail. Big vertical always helps an airplane fly like I like it to fly. All right, I'm going to reverse course back, checking for traffic.
Yeah, you can come right and fly down the shoreline.
All right, I'll do that.
Back, when you come back right, do your maneuvering turn. You'll see how you can turn and just really inside. Full power. Power. There you go, all the way right up. Yep. Pull to mid-yellow. Pull to mid-yellow. Pull to mid-yellow. Mid-yellow. There you are, right there. That's it. That's your turn.
I'm going to do it both ways for just a second. Very tractable during that. That's nice.
Back to 4,500.
Coming back. Yeah, we're getting some mechanical turbulence here, of course.
So let's go around here and try something.
All right.
I got the airplane.
You got the airplane.
What I want to do is see if we can get near that shoreline.
Okay. Really good use of the AOA here.
Yeah.
And we're at about 300 feet, huh? Full flaps, all right.
Full flaps on the water. Gear, flaps full, rudder up. Right into the wind. We do just a touch and go. We want to be on angle white.
Okay.
Flash and go, on angle white. Flash.
He was ready. Now, when you're saying on angle white, these glasses knock that out. So
Yep.
the dotted line.
Correct.
Okay, got it.
Think a 3 o'clock position.
Right. Okay, gear up, flap down.
So you got the airplane.
Okay, I got the airplane.
Trim up for on angle white. There you go, on angle white. Hold that power. Hold what you got. Start your rotation now. Power to idle. Power to idle and hold this attitude. Hold this attitude. Right there. That's perfect. Power up. Let's get power all the way up. Good. You got the airplane. Climbing on out.
I got it. Climbing on out.
Flaps 15. Nice. Do one more and then we'll do an RTB.
All right.
Up.
Sounds good. Right. Want to do it right back there again?
There you go. Flaps up.
Okay. Flaps are going up.
There you go. Yep, wings level. Wings level here on downwind. Yep. Okay. Start your turn anytime.
All right.
And pull the power back. Power back, flaps 15. Power back, power back. There you go, flaps 15. There you go. Okay, good now. Flaps 30.
Flaps 30.
Flaps 30. Wings level, into the wind, on angle white. That's it, power back. We're way too much power, you see what we're doing. But that's okay, we're going to float down near the island. Power back on. There you go, a lot of gusts out here.
Yeah.
You got it, fly it, nice, down onto the water, there you go, good, yep, okay, up, power up, nice. Start your turn because of those trees, I don't want to get too close. Flaps 15 when you're comfortable. All right, you get us on downwind, I'll take it home. Got a big old bird right there, no factor. Flaps up when you're comfortable.
All right, flaps are coming up.
Flaps up, excellent. I'm going to take it because I don't want us to get too far away.
All right, you got the plane.
I got the plane.
There we go. That one feels right. Then you're going to go full stick aft?
Not
you get
really.
fully in the water?
Not really.
Because you're going to keep it on step, sort of, semi-on step.
What I want is that tail. I want the tail to slice the water.
Now the tricky part.
Yeah.
Getting her back in the dock in a wind.
Well, everyone, I hope you enjoyed that little experience in the Icon A5. I know I did, and frankly, I hope you all get the opportunity to do so at some point in the future because it is a nice flying machine. Is it a perfect flying machine? No. To their credit, when I returned on the ground, Kirk Hawkins, the CEO of the company, his chief pilot, John Carcall, and some others sitting around a table reviewing studiously the effort of their owner's manual to make sure it's spot on perfect, asked, well, what didn't you like? And there were a couple of things, and you heard some of those on the video from one of their own employees too. For example, it's a seaplane, and the airplane is fitted with a altimeter with a single needle type, which means that literally about the width of your finger, about 1 centimeter or so, is 1,000 feet. Since most seaplane flying is done fairly close to the surface, that's not as helpful as it could be. I'd like to see some other altimeter. They can choose something else they like. The trim tab was not as convenient as it might have been. And in general, this might be said to be an airplane that a non-pilot would like better than a pilot. Now, before you draw any conclusions from that, it's a very nice flying airplane. I would very much enjoy flying one of these things, probably for my whole career. It's got that versatility of a seaplane, so it land and water, and probably snow too, for all I know. But it is not a crisp, dancing about the air kind of airplane. It's a little more relaxed in its controls, which is honestly what they are after. They're going after the non-pilot in society, those 2 million people they've referred to who got a student pilot license but who didn't pursue it. What a shame that we lost those people. Icon is out there trying to get them back. Good for you, Icon. That's some terrific stuff. However, the sky gods among you may not find this enough airplane. And you know, you've got lots of other choices, so maybe this just isn't the right one for you. It's not the right one for everybody. We know that. In addition, I would find that this is not a particularly fast airplane. Its cruise is below 100 knots, well below 100 knots, and there's lots of LSA that are faster than that. So if you've got to go cross country, if moving around the country is your thing to do, well, you've either got to have some more time or get a faster airplane. But honestly, let's be clear, 120 knots is not all that fast either. 200 knots, 300 knots, now that's getting around the country pretty quick, but that's going to cost you, well, much more than 6 figures, probably into 7 figures to get that. So the Icon is a wonderful achievement, and all those glowing reports I read, like you probably read in all those magazines, you know what, they're pretty much on the game. These guys have done a wonderful job. Excellent work, Icon. If you're interested in this kind of airplane, please go look at it because this is a nicely achieved one. If you think it needs something more, well, thank goodness you've got a lot of choices. We appreciate you joining us today on YouTube, and hope you come back and see lots more of our videos. Thank you so much for joining us out at Lake Winnebago in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, flying the Icon A5. So long, everyone.